Hi everybody, I'm Deni Robinson coming to you live from Spokane, Washington today, and I'm so excited because I've got a very special guest coming on, and this is Nancy Thunell. She is a founding diamond with the amazing company ASEA, $1 million a year earner. Hi Hannah, and there's no one. Hey Nancy, great to see you. Can you go ahead and ask real quickly there, Nancy, to be promoted? Do you see that, Nance? Just asked to be promoted to a live with me. Bring Nancy Thunell, Vertus Norton's daughter, and we've been talking about megatrends and clarity and conviction, and also about the incredible new product that ASEA has recently released. And she has known about this literally for years. And so I wanted to bring her expertise and knowledge on here with you. And it says it's adding her, so she should be here just any second. And really something was part of the vision for ASEA for 10 years about what would be happening. And she's been involved with that since the beginning of all that happening. So Nancy, it says it's adding you. You should be coming up there really quickly. Getting a lot of people hopping on with us. Let's see, Nancy, you should be added. Nancy, try that one more time. It said you didn't come on. Request it one more time, Nance. Here you go. Let's see if that one works. It says it's adding her. I so hope so, you guys, because she's got so much to offer. Here she is. I'm so excited. It happened. It worked.
We did it. That was not easy.
Right? Technology works when you do. All right, Get close, girls, so they don't miss a minute, so they can hear you well.
Good. I'm here.
Talk loud. And Nancy, kind of over to you. Tell everybody what we were talking about, and especially these new products and what we're seeing.
Good, I will. Deni and I were talking just the other day about momentum. What momentum means and how we actually create momentum. It's unseen to the visible eye, but yet it exists. And so how do we as team members who have such truth and such value to share with humanity across this planet, how do we create momentum? Mm-hmm. And it's interesting. I've really studied quite a bit about momentum. And it takes the mass of someone and this velocity. And when you combine those two things, it's the rate of change. So today we want to talk about what do we need to do in our own lives and within our own internal conversations to create change, to create a force that's going to move us into action. So many of us, and myself included, one of my biggest challenges is to not live in the gap. I kind of create these fantastic pictures in my mind of what it's going to look like or how it's going to manifest in my world. And then I got stuck playing in that picture and realized that I actually have to do something so that picture can exist. So that picture is not just something I'm thinking about in my mind. Mm-hmm. And so my expectations oftentimes get way ahead of my reality. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of get stuck there instead of finding the discipline to actually do the things that I'm supposed to do to create momentum. And it starts within yourself and the way you choose to change the languaging in your mouth to speak to someone else. Mark Nervolansky, who's a dear family friend, and many of you have heard us speak of him, he's one of my favorite business coaches that exists on planet Earth. And he says, Nancy, you'll either take this and have it be part of your library, or you're going to actually apply it and have it be part of your life. And Lovely. He said, LAPD 72 is you learn it, you apply it, you're really persistent with it, and then you have the discipline within 72 hours to do something. And think of all the roles and responsibilities that we have in our lives and the many hats that we wear. It can play in any area of your life. But let's just talk about our business right now for just a minute. Because
Nancy, get a little closer to the get a little closer just so they can hear you a little better.
Okay.
That's
Sorry,
great.
my computer is much better than my phone. But anyway, so understanding this clarity of expansion is how I stand, the languaging in my mouth. Am I clear about what it is that I'm doing? For anyone who's listening to us today, I'm going to give you a promotion. You are now part of the global expansion team. So when you're speaking to someone, you're able to convey in your languaging that you have aligned yourself with an incredible company representing a biotech, and that you are part of their global expansion team and you are expanding. You are looking for individuals that can partner with you. And what are you building? I'm building a global channel of distribution. Just last week, I was laughing with my dad and I said, I've been on 6 continents today through Facebook Live, through Zoom, through these really smart, very cool phones. I mean, I was on Australia and Africa and Philippines and Canada. I mean, it's really quite remarkable to think that I'm connecting with people all around the globe. And so when I think, okay, I'm expanding internally because I love personal development in this industry, but I want to externally expand my business. I am momentum. I am that expansion. You know, when Dad first came across the technology and he strategically planned the expansion, it was like planned for years and years and years into the future. And he's often said to me, Nancy, are you thinking differently about your business? Are you working harder? Are you working smarter? Are you working at all? Mara Volansky used to call me a pretender. Are you a contender or a pretender? He
Oh, I
says
like that
oftentimes
one.
you get really comfortable in pretending. And he's like, okay, so no pretending. You have 72 hours to actually find discipline, and action's going to create a result. You know, Cindy Buck did the most brilliant explanation of these 4 fast forwards, 4 consecutive 14-day segments of time. So you want a raise, you want your business to expand, take 56 days and on your market set go. You have 56 days and you could create an additional $2,600 of residual income. Or you want to blitz it and go crazy, you could create $6,000 in annual residual income, monthly residual income, by blitzing for 56 days. That's 4 consecutive fast forwards. I challenge you all to do what Justin Wilson and what Karen Riley and what the leadership of this company is teaching us in the way we create momentum fast. We expand our business by following the things that the company is promoting for us. So think of Dad in his megatrends, understanding what's happening in the world, what's happening with declining healthcare and the increase of disease. We have advanced nutrition marrying and partnering with molecular structures that mediate regeneration in our body. There has never been a time that that's been available to humanity.
Wow.
Lots of people are out there with health and wellness and that part of the dialogue, but they don't have the science of the cell signaling optimizer. You put both of those things together, we're talking advanced nutrition and a way to reboot the body. It's really quite remarkable when you think, I am the solution for a new future. I want to change humanity on planet Earth. I change my own internal conversations. I stand in a place of expansion and service and love. I get out of my ego, I get out of my mind, and I lead with my heart in serving others and defending and sharing truth. That's it. And when I stand in that place, I'm really crystal clear. And I've got some friends that say, Nancy, go find 5 brand new human beings that are partners, not projects, and you work with them. So if I have clarity of my own languaging and I'm expanding.
So Nancy, talk about that for a second. Partners versus a project. Give some clarity to that.
So I had lots of projects when I first began.
I think we all have.
Including my fabulous oldest brother, Brad. Brad is the most kindest human being on planet Earth, and he'd give away the product to everyone who needed it, but he could never talk about the business or invite someone to purchase the inventory. So we fired him. And I said, Bradley, I love you so much. You can always be a part of this and maybe in part of the ASEA Foundation someday, but you're not the business partner that I'm looking for. I am looking for someone who can convey very intelligently. I'm in global distribution over a biotech product that is changing the health of humanity on planet Earth. I'm actually shifting the way the body heals itself with a product that is a cell signaling supplement, and I've got advanced nutrition that's unlocking the code to wellness. I mean, when you get to grab a hold of a product like this and say, I now hold the fuel of the immune system in my hand, what's the planet going to look like if I've actually got that in my hand? And so I'm looking for people who can stand in that place. And we've forgotten we can co-create these existence and these wonderful situations every single day. Whether my internal conversation is in chaos, or my finances are in chaos, or I don't have the right partners, shift it. You have the power to shift it. We've forgotten that we are all empowered with that. Once you stand in that truth and you start to say, you know what, I'm an instrument, send them to me. I'm looking for people who are engaged and who are happy, who really want to be a solution. And then you create a new future. When you can speak of this in such a way that they're going, oh, that's intriguing. You know, that's really interesting. Oh, that makes a lot of sense to me. I haven't seen that kind of complete shift in my own body's wellness and the way I feel. That's really intriguing to me. The minute they say that, that's my opportunity to really expand that conversation and go deeper with them. And so it is the action that creates the result. Momentum exists within us. We are the momentum. When we stand and we speak of it like that and we know where we're going, and I've just committed to learn it, apply it, I'm going to be persistent, I'm going to be disciplined, and I have 72 hours to move and to make something happen with my business.
I like that, Nancy. Learn it, apply it. What was the next
one? Be persistent. Disciplined. Be persistent and be really disciplined. So Mark Nervalansky loves the acronym LAPD. So anything like Los Angeles Police Department, he owns it. He has it on hats. He has it on T-shirts. And he says, Nancy, it's either part of your library or it's part of your life. You apply it, and you have 72 hours on your Market Set Go to make a difference in 72 hours. He said, put 5 things on your to-do list and give yourself 72 hours to get it done. If you don't get it done, you're lying to yourself. Get it off your to-do list. And he said what made a difference for him in his world is he would start his week on Saturday. If you start your week on Saturday, skip Sunday and Monday, that's your 72-hour period. Everybody's starting their week on Monday. You get such a head start when you start on Saturday. Everybody's home. Everybody answers their phone. It's the weekend. Start on Saturday. You have 72 hours to get 5 things done. Then you get your next 72 hours. You have your Tuesday, Wednesday, then you have your Thursday, Friday, and then the week starts over again on Saturday.
Well, and you know, Nancy, one thing that we've always talked about, right? If you want to be able to put money into your ATM at the end of the week, you've got to be doing the activities that matter. And so the activities that matter are you're putting that in that short amount of time. You're contacting, inviting, using a tool, following up, and collecting decision. And the faster you do that, that's when momentum happens for yourself and in your team. You've got to start it, right, Nancy?
Right. And, you know, I think we like to overtalk this whole endeavor everywhere. You know, if I said, Deni, who do you know that's struggling with a health challenge? And she says, oh, I know Mary. And I say, oh, great. Can I call Mary and just tell her that we have a friend in common? So in 5 seconds, I've created momentum, because I've connected with Mary, and I say, Mary, do you know what? We have a friend in common. Deni Robinson told me that you have a health challenge. I rep a biotech product. I'm in global expansion. I'm looking for people. You may know of someone. And at the end of my little 5-minute concept overview, I get to say to Mary, do you want the product? Who do you know that I should be talking to? And are you interested in a really deep conversation so you understand the expectation that I have, because I'm looking for partners? And now all of a sudden I could say, look, my challenge today is to do 5 things really well. Connect through a friend in common with someone else. You're going to love this, Mary. I'm going to send you to Amazing Molecules. You're going to see something you've never seen before. I'm not the message. I am just the messenger. And so Mary gets to say, hey, we have a friend in common. Deni told me you've got a struggle, or you know of a family member that's dealing with a struggle. I stand for truth. I stand for sharing. You got to see this. That's all I say to Mary. And then I say to Mary, who do you know that's got a challenge? And she said, oh, I know somebody. Tyler has a challenge. And I say, great, Mary, do you mind if I say we have a friend in common? So I call Tyler and I do the exact same thing. Ty, we have a friend in common. Mary just told me you've got a health challenge. I got to show you this. AmazingMolecules.com, RedoxLife.net, RedoxLife.com. Doesn't matter. 5 seconds later, he's done it, and now I've got a whole new circle and sphere of influence to people to contact. Those are my 5 challenges to get me to move and to create momentum inside my own body, inside my own self, and then it starts this kind of pebble in the pond ripple effect. Move fast,
Absolutely.
people.
I always love the Mel Robbins 5-second rule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and act. Just do it. Nancy, tell everybody a little bit. We're really at this tipping point stage in the company, and this again is something that you guys have talked about. You have seen it so clearly, so precisely for years, and now it's happening. Tell everyone about. I remember asking your dad one time, Vertus, what's a small company to you? And he goes, probably 6 to 8 billion. Again, your dad did not come out of retirement to run just a couple $100 million a year company, right? He has big plans for this, right?
Oh, huge plans. And there's a piece to strategic expansion done correctly. You've got to have the infrastructure. You've got to have the production facility. You've got to have the headquarters, the global teams, the distribution centers all around the globe. Going from 14 to 16, operating in 30 countries is quite the challenge. But here's the thing. From day one, they knew what a breakthrough technology this was. They also knew it was not without its challenges. We're the category creator. We stand in the space all to our own. We're the pioneers. And so there is a support piece that had to be in place because we knew where this was going to go.
Right.
And so, like when Debbie Weitzler, when she took it to her really good friend at the National Health Institute, who said, do you realize what you have and how this is going to change planet Earth as we know it? So if that is in fact true, this company couldn't be too big for its britches. It needed to have the right kind of leadership in place. It needed to have the right kind of people at the forefront and positioning themselves to say, now's my moment. Den, remember when you were a gold and all of a sudden you said, now's my moment, and you went diamond that same year?
It was that just within months.
Months. How can that be? It's 56 days of 4 consecutive little groups of 14.
Well, and you know what, Nancy? What you said was exactly what threw me into momentum. That's when we released the first, it was called the 2020 Club, which is now the Fast Forward. And Fast Forward was how we started somebody. It's how we quickly went through that list, like what you just talked about. And as soon as one of those people came on and said, yes, I see this, I want to try it, we did that same exercise that Nancy just mentioned with their people. And so the expansion, the momentum of us seeing more people faster grew my business literally from, I was a silver in January, went diamond in July on my birthday, went double diamond in October, and triple diamond by the beginning of that next February. But it was just because of doing what you said. It was seeing people faster in short amounts of time, collecting decisions and sharing it with people. And the team, we had so many rank advancements all across the team and the company as well. So I'm so excited we put such focus on this program again.
I think so too. And I think when you recognize you cannot manage people, period, the end, I'll repeat it. You cannot manage people, but you can manage the process. And when we've populated this with people before we clearly defined the process, we start to move into this pretending mode. We're no longer the contender. We're no longer moving the momentum within ourselves that then moves the business. And so I think it's really important for us to understand there is an enrollment process. You pique their interest, you get them to the videos, you come back in the 3-way calls. Here's the big secret. You launch their business. We're not launching businesses with momentum that says in 48 hours, we're doing your success guide. We're getting you on a fast forward. We're going to get you moving as fast as we can, get you in the charge up calls, get you to these corporate events, and then we're going to start all over again. People are like, I don't know what to do. It's already been defined. It's already
Mm-hmm.
done. You follow the process, because when the process is broken and you think, well, my team isn't advancing, we go back and manage the process, not the people. And we say, we're
Mm-hmm.
glitching it out in launching businesses. We're not
Mm-hmm.
sticking to the fast forward every 14 days. By the end of it, we're vacillating and we're not engaged, and it's kind of going flat, and the momentum is lost on day 12. So all of a sudden we go, all right, I know how to fix the process and where to go back in and really engage in those steps again, so it works.
It does. And you guys, I believe when you marry the process and divorce the results, if you just keep doing the process, it will work. And let me tell you that going into momentum and going into that activity like this, it takes care of all problems. The more people that you're talking to, the less you will be emotionally connected to the outcome of one, because you are looking for people who are looking for you, who believe that their health is their responsibilities, and you will find them. But if you just get stuck on one person, plus there's so many people who are waiting and praying for a difference in their life yet. They just don't know yet that it's going to come in that beautiful blue bottle that Nancy lifted up. So, you know what? I'm so excited, you guys, because I think weekly we're going to be bringing amazing tips from Nancy, some tips from Fancy Nancy, as we love to call her. And again, she's got so much knowledge. She's got reams of information that she's collected. And you know what? One thing that she hasn't done, we always say that, don't just let your notes become shelf help on your library. If you will utilize them, and if you can learn one thing today, and if you will go into action, I think one of my biggest attributes, Nancy, is I've always learned a new skill and I've implemented it. I haven't always done it correctly or known exactly what to do, but I went into action, and that is what will propel you. So Nancy, let's leave them with one more tip, and we'll be back next week.
Okay, my last tip of the day is go get $395. Go get it. It's called a fast forward. And, you know, between the samples and the loyalty points and your fast start bonus, it translates to $395. So there's your challenge. LAPD 72, you have 72 hours to commit to a fast forward. And that's it. Just start the momentum. It's in you already. Co-create it. Call it out. Make it happen. My best
I
to
love
all
it,
of
you
you.
guys.
Yeah.
Comment below if you are going to go into action and you're going to start a fast forward. And let me tell you, it will change your business. Also, it changes the way you talk. You become more, your conviction level, it becomes easier. And when you're doing it like this in momentum, you just get better. When you're doing it just once in a while, you kind of always have to start over again. But when you go like this, magical things will happen. So you guys give Nancy a lot of hearts and loves, okay? Because this was exciting and we're going to have more of it. And
I love you guys.
and comment below if there's things that you'd like Nancy to train on. So bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining us.
Bye. I'll see you later.